Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Crafty Bonker. If you're new here, my name is Pardi and I make videos on DIY crafts, home decor and resin art every single week. In this video, I will be making these beautiful string arts. These two have taken me over 8 months to complete and I cannot tell you guys how happy I am to be finally able to share this video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. To make these, I'm using these mini chopping boards, thread, nails, hammer, a mason jar template, embroidery hoop, LED lights, tape, scissors and a pencil. So let's get started. For the first project, I will be making a crescent moon. To make the moon, I used an embroidery hoop. I made an outer circle and then the inner one. It somehow did not join, so I used a scale to mark the starting and end points and work my way around it. Then I started putting the nails in. It took me a while to get the hang of it. The hammer I was using was quite heavy, so it made it difficult for the nails to go in. I separated them approximately at 1 cm distance. My friend suggested that I should use a lighter hammer and preferably a wooden one. That would make the process much easier. So here I am after 6 months putting the last nail in. Before moving on to the thread and light, I thought of polishing the board, but I didn't have polish, so I diluted brown color with water and black paint. And then I used a foam brush to paint it. Few nails came off while I was painting, so I just used my hammer to put them back in. Once that was done, I kept it to dry. Later I added lights. I started by doing the outline of the shape with the light. I wanted the light just only in the outline of the moon. And the winding is quite simple, just loop it around each nail and cover all the nails. Once that was done, I taped the battery on the back side. To add the thread around it, I started by tying a knot on a nail at the bottom of the moon, and then I started winding the thread to fill the moon up. The thread does put a pressure on nail. They might come off or get loose. When you're winding your thread around, you can simply put them back in. Later I did cover the outline to give it a clean, nice edge and cover the wire. And to finish it up, I tied a knot in the end. And then I realized the color for the board wasn't dark enough and it was actually kind of looking dirty. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. So I did another coat. This time I added less water so the color is dark enough to look more like polish. I also painted the light wire so it blends in with the board. I used a thinner brush to paint the inside. Once the board was painted, I used a tissue to wipe some paint off to make it resemble like polish. So here is the final piece. It does look a bit off at a few places, but I think the background is making it come all together. So let's move on to project 2. I got this mason jar drawing from Pinterest, then I printed it and I made sure it's perfect for the board I'm using. And then I started by sticking the drawing on the board using a tape. Then I started putting the nails in on the marked dots. I really like this template as it already had the markings for nail, and I just repeated the same process as the previous one. I started by doing the outline. As I said before, winding is quite straightforward. Just loop it around the nail and cover all the nails up. The thread does put a pressure on nail. They might come off or get loose. When you're winding your thread around, you can simply put them back in. Once the outline was done, I filled up the jar with the thread. To finish it all off, I tied the knot in the end. And then I realized I forgot to take the paper template off. So I just used my scissors to cut the paper underneath. It was a bit tricky, but I managed to remove it all. Try to be careful if you guys do the same mistake, because you might end up cutting the thread and it will all come off. Once that was done, I started to wind the light around the outline of the mason jar. Once that was done, I taped the battery on the back side. I felt like the thread wasn't enough in the jar, so I just filled a little bit extra up. I don't want to paint this one, so I kept the wood as it is. Ta-da! Here it is, and I really like how this one is looking. Okay guys, so that's all for today. It took me forever to finish these two pieces. To be honest, string art is a bit difficult, but it is so worth it. I love how these two have turned out. They're looking really good, and I'm so proud of these two pieces. And the light in these two pieces is just perfect. Let me know what you guys think of these and which one is your favorite. Also, if there's anything you guys want me to make so you guys can learn, let me know in the comments below and I'll try my best to do a video on that. Thank you so much for watching guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And do check me out on Instagram at CRAFTY BONKER. See you guys next time.